So here's
Hi,
Adarsh
Panos.
Kumar Singh. Hello, Adarsh Kumar,
Hi,
and
everyone.
welcome to Chelsea Thane Blues live interactive session.
Yeah, absolutely excited for this one.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Give me just a second. I guess the voice hasn't
Yeah,
connected yet.
yeah,
Hello, Adarsh.
yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes. Right. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay, cool.
So welcome to the interactive session, Adarsh Kumar.
Yeah, thank you so much for the introduction. I'll just add on to the introduction
Yeah,
myself.
yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I haven't. So the Chelsea research thing is something that I'm doing as an academic research, as a
Yes.
part of my master's in sports management, and I'm directly interacting with Chelsea to devise a marketing strategy based on regional app consumption in India. So in the research, my group is basically finding out the popular apps across native languages and then studying all the data and then devising marketing strategies that Chelsea can use in their future campaigns. So it's more of a consulting kind of a project where I am sharing my own inputs and my group inputs for Chelsea to consider in the times ahead. So that's pretty much the Chelsea thing.
So it's a very interesting thing. Like it's a kind of job that everyone would like to work at, like directly working with Chelsea FC.
Yeah.
And as you all
Hmm.
know that you are a very blue from your heart, and then it would
Yeah.
be a great thing, right, to work for Chelsea FC.
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, my love for Chelsea actually started very randomly. You know, if when I switched on the TV and the first match
Yes.
that I saw was a game in which Frank Lampard scored a splendid free kick. Like that's something which is very natural to him. But then, just by looking at that free kick, I wanted to know who this player is and who this team is. And I kid you not, for the next 3 to 4 matches, I couldn't realize which team is Chelsea. Like because there's the concept of home and away,
Yes,
so the
yes, yes.
colors would keep changing, and then I would get confused that okay, I saw Lampard score a free kick, but Lampard is playing in a white jersey now, so there was so much confusion. But then gradually I started understanding that okay, this is the whole concept that in football matches you have a home team, away team, and all those kids. So that's when I started following Chelsea, and you could say that I'm more of a Frank Lampard admirer as compared to being a Chelsea fan. And
Yeah,
I'll just show you something. Right
yeah,
here, if you
sure.
can
Go
see,
ahead.
there's a Frank Lampard. There's a
Yeah,
Frank Lampard. This is from
that's
the
a great
Champions League, I
thing.
think, 2000,
Wow,
2012, if I'm not wrong.
wow, very good,
and
very good.
uh, and one more, this is a good friend of mine who had made a sketch of Frank Lampard. Like she's an
Yes.
artist. So a
Okay, she
shout out
drew
to
it for
Varsha
you.
Rajshekar. She drew it for me. This is a Frank
Wow,
Lampard
it's a great
portrait.
sketch. It's like a
Yeah,
great memory depicted in a great frame, which can
absolutely.
be there for
Shout
forever.
shout out to Varsha for making this. Varsha is a friend who lives in Bangalore, and she made this for me. So it really means a lot to me because if someone realizes your love for a player and then makes something for you, that means a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Thank you, Varsha. You also for making this great sketch. So moving on forward to Will, I would like to ask you a question about that. I heard that you also have a YouTube channel naming
Yeah.
Uche Vichar, where you
Hmm.
talk about football and football opinions and upcoming football in India, the football world in India. So what
Yeah.
would you like to talk about it?
So, Uche Vichar actually started off as an initiative because, like you would understand, there are multiple supporters clubs for European clubs. Like,
Yes.
for a matter of fact, even Chelsea as a club has so many wings across India. And
Hmm.
there's so much talk going on around European clubs and the kind of football they play. But the
Yes.
awareness at a local level, in the sense within India, is not much. So,
Okay.
Uche Vichar is an initiative that would help me talk about anything and everything that is Indian football. It could
Uh,
be a match review, it could be a player analysis, it could be reactions to incidents happening in the Indian sports ecosystem. So that's basically my way of creating more awareness that all the popular sports, especially football, is
hmm.
played even in India at a domestic level. We just need
Yes.
to make an effort to go to the stadium to watch the games and then get engaged with the sport.
If I can sum up all your if I can sum up all of your opinion in one sentence, it would be like putting the European football, or not just the football, but putting the European or all over the sports scene, the sports scenario of the world at your channel, and
Yeah.
just discussing about each and everything which you'd like to share
Yeah.
about understanding sports in a better or a different kind of way. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. More of Indian context. Like I wouldn't particularly look into European or at a global level, but I will be talking about Indian football and Chelsea. These are the
Yes,
two things that.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
for the topics of Chelsea, you guys are most invited, most welcome rather to
Yeah, we
watch
are
the
kind,
content.
we are keen on looking forward it, because see, are also as a supporters club, or also we also have the same opinion of putting the football scenario, the Chelsea scenario, to the football fans all over in India, to in a on a
Absolutely.
better platform. Understanding football has always, understanding and spreading the Chelsea love to all of our fan bases has always been our top priority. So I would also like to ask all my Chelsea fans, or all our fellow Blues, that please subscribe to his channel Uche Vichar. So he has been
Thank you.
doing great content. I had saw his content, and also behind the scenes he has been a part of many supporters club. I would like to tell you all that he has also been part of the Bayside and also the Mumbai City FC fan base, and also he's been looking forward for the Indian football scene in India. What would you like to tell about it in short? So
Yeah. So again, my love for Indian football started when ISL kicked off in season one, and
yes,
few people from this live itself, Yug Pathak, and then a lot many people, they took me to the stadium, DY Patil, and then
yes,
that was my first experience to watch a match live with my own eyes, like right in front of me, and that engaged me a lot and put me to a level of passion and dedication that I started getting involved in supporters club activities
yes,
from the first season itself. And then moving into the season that was around 2 to 3 years back, I joined the admin team of the Mumbai City FC Supporters Club. That's now called the West Coast Brigade.
yes, yes, yes,
And
yes.
I handled, you could say, the social media, the media operations, all of these aspects. And Yug has commented just now, shout out by others.
Yeah,
He's,
shout out. Yeah, yeah, you I know.
yeah.
Great friend of ours also. Yes,
Absolutely. So yeah, other than Mumbai City, then I also got involved with Indian football, and just as a contributor, I play the drums in the stadium whenever India plays its matches. Same for Mumbai City FC, and then also taking care of what you can talk about at a social media level, bringing more
yes,
awareness about all this. Then as a member of the supporters club, I've also made some appearances on Star Sports where I talk about various aspects, including you could say game analysis and season review and all of that. So that's pretty much all of it in gist.
yes. It's a great thing to hear on. Like all our fans would be interested in to know more and more about you. So the next thing is that you have been considered as a pioneer for Indian football revolution. So explain what you want to, like, when we talk further. When I had to talk
Yeah,
about you, there was one point I came across that you were considered one of the pioneers of Indian football revolution. And why is that so?
yeah. So I'm definitely, you could say, one of the people who are leading this movement. There are a lot of people who are involved in this. So
Hmm.
there's nothing that I have achieved on my own. It's been because of the support that I've been getting from the supporters clubs, from the people who are around me. My main intention is that when you talk about Chelsea playing a match at 1:30 a.m. in the night, it's
Hmm.
a time when people usually want to sleep or
Yes, yes,
rest, or just do random stuff, whatever it could be. But when you talk about India playing a match at a very convenient time of 7:30 p.m. or 8 p.m.,
yeah,
when people can make it to the stadium, but for some reason people don't, because our common mentality as an Indian is that we want to see finished products. Like,
yes,
we
yes,
are
yes,
not someone who has patience to see people losing. Like, I have been a Mumbai City fan and
yes.
I know the pain of losses. We
Yeah,
have had so
I have
many,
also been to few of the matches, right from the DY Patil and
yeah,
the Shahaji Raje Krida Sankul. the performance have
Yeah.
not been that great. But then, see,
Yeah.
according to our opinion, is that football is comparatively a new thing for the wider fan base. Like we have been Chelsea fans for or football fans for
Yeah.
years now, but then at a wider fan base, at a wider approach, we can understand that the people are now more and more
Hmm.
getting interested into football.
True. In
So
fact, this is what happened in ICC. There was a tournament that happened, Intercontinental
yes.
Cup, in
Hmm.
2018. The first match was very disappointing in terms of turnout because the only 200 people that turned up, 200 odd
Yes.
people, were Blue Pilgrims members. That was our group. But otherwise, the stadium was empty, and that's when it hurt the players as well because after so many years, when the Indian football team is actually playing a multi-nation tournament,
Yes.
and then you see absolutely barren stadiums, it's a humiliating sight. And only after that, Sunil Chetri went on to his Twitter and then released a video saying, "Why don't you come and watch us? Like you come and watch us, then abuse us. That's fine, but at least be in the stadium." Now
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened. After Sunil Chetri's video, a lot
Yes.
of people retweeted it. Virat
Hmm.
Kohli, Sachin Tendulkar, and all
Yeah.
of
All
these
the
people.
Indian celebrities
So
came forward.
yeah, exactly. The stadium got jam packed, but still you could hear people saying, "क्या घटिया फुटबॉल खेल रहे हैं? This is not ये कि मैं क्या देखने आ गया? मुझे घर जाना है." Like, that's what I'm saying. We want to watch finished products that are
Yeah.
good and pleasing to the eye. But then when you talk about supporting a team that is losing and then watching it win, that's a very tough thing for people generally. That's what I felt.
Yeah, in short, if I have to tell people that see, this is just the start of the Indian football era. We can say that we had been like there was a golden generation back in the 1950s where we had reached the
Absolutely.
finals. So I just want to tell all of our football fans that considering the Indian scenario that this is just the start and we have many
Yeah.
more golden years to come in the upcoming years. So don't lose your hope. Keep supporting. There have been also, especially there was one after we won the league in 14-15. The next season was
Yeah.
terrible. If you
Yeah.
also a Chelsea fan, you would understand that.
Yeah,
See, there
yeah.
was a season that we
I
finished
know.
10th, and we
Yeah.
were so shattered that time. But then still
Hmm.
we had the aim of that
Hmm.
we can do it. That's what the aim
Yeah.
should be. And I would like to urge
Exactly.
all the Indian football fans that no matter what, keep supporting, keep the blue flag flying high. Doesn't matter if it's Chelsea's or the India's blue flag, but just
Yeah.
keep it high. Don't worry. See, these performances are the signs of development. See, if a
Yeah,
few years back
absolutely.
there were no one watching football, Indian football team, but
Hmm.
now people are in like they are just trying their very best to get the tickets and just filling up the stadiums, showing up with the
True.
banners, showing up with the love.
Yeah.
And I can
Hmm.
see that I can see a positive step towards the better
Yeah.
football in India. So
Hmm.
I would like to ask you a question on this point that what do you plan or what do you see Indian football team's future in the next 5 or 3 years?
So first of all, there's a very optimistic point of view of people who started watching football recently in terms of
Yes.
Indian football. That when will India play the World Cup? In fact, that's some of the comments that are coming in on the Insta Live. My point is basically that you don't need to play the World Cup to be a good team.
Yes.
For being a good team, you need to start playing continental competitions. There's the AFC Cup that happens. Why
Yes.
can't we
AFC
ever
Cup.
make it to the finals? Except one or two times in the past, we
Yes.
have failed to make it even
Through the group
past
stages.
the group stage,
Yes. Yes.
So when you see the performances that are happening right now, and we are getting knocked out by a team like Bahrain, that
Yes.
doesn't mean that Bahrain is a bad team. That means we are very complacent with the way we play. We wait till the 80th minute. We don't have stamina. We don't have anything. So I think the way out right now is increasing the number of games that players can play. That increases their endurance, their stamina, their competitive abilities. More matches you play, more variations you come across, the more you can adapt. If you
Yes.
just have them play a season of ISL that has only 18 matches per team,
Yes.
and out of that, a player can play a whole of 16 or 15 matches game time, considering substitutions, you can't expect this Indian national team to do well. So I think the way ahead right now is sticking to the AFC guidelines of having a 3+1 rule where three
Mhm.
foreigners are allowed in the lineup.
And one
One would be of Asian
domestic,
descent,
Asian
one would
descent.
be of
Yes,
Asian descent, and the others would be Indians. If
yes,
this
yes.
starts happening and the number of teams increases, then only there's a future of Indian football. That's what I feel.
Yeah, considering, but then don't you think that it would be commercially affecting the scenario of Indian football? Because see, up until the years now, there was earlier I League, but then it became then the first tier became the ISL. So see,
Yeah.
there has been commercialization in the football in the recent
Hmm.
years, but there has been not considerably development in the, maybe we can say, academy or the youth development of
Yeah.
the football. I'm talking about in general
Yeah.
football development. The level of
Hmm.
talent or the level of development hasn't reached up to the standard. Is it right?
Yeah. So the problem with Indian football till now, according to my opinion, has been that we have been following a top-down approach, where you create a glamorous product for television. You have celebrities coming in owning teams and publicizing it, saying this is my team, come and support.
Hmm.
But when you look at the development or growth happening at the grassroots, or even more importantly at the youth level, because if you have a good grassroots system and if you have a good top tier system, but there is nothing connecting in between,
Hmm.
that is where the players lose out. You will have an excellent performing team at an under 17 level. But the
Hmm.
moment board exams happen, the moment there is no option for players to have a sustainable living, let's say a player who is
Hmm.
17 years old says that, let the board exams go away, I will focus on my playing career. He
Yes.
doesn't give his board exams. 3 months later, he is practicing in his training session, he gets an ACL.
Hmm.
His career is over, pretty much
Yes,
over. And
almost
right
so.
now, in that situation, he doesn't have any option. He doesn't have an academic background to go and pursue a college degree or even get a job. So I think
Hmm.
what is more important is that, okay, you create a glamorous product at the top, but you have to have a grassroots system at the bottom, which
Hmm.
is very versatile, and also a connecting system which has fallout options. Like
Hmm.
when you see a funnel, you put in some sand, not all the sand goes inside, like drops out immediately. It
Hmm.
takes
I can
time.
understand the point.
And
Yes, yes.
then, yeah, so that's what we need to do. We need to create a proper funnel system for Indian football to go ahead.
Hmm. Also, I would like to tell something about us, Chelsea Thane Blues, that last year in the June-July period of time, we had been supporting one of our friends' own grassroots tournament. So it's a grassroots football fiesta. So we were our total main. We had just started. We had not that much as a great platform, but then still we had, as a main opinion or as a main aim or motive, was to support Indian football and as also the Chelsea fan base. So we had sponsored the tournament, grassroots football
Hmm.
fiesta, so
Yeah.
that we can go into the ground level and help
Hmm.
the kids who are under 10, under 12,
Hmm.
and under 14, so that they
Yeah.
can learn what it is like to be in a professional competition, what it is like to have to
Truly.
clear competition, what are the things. So we done that,
Yeah.
and also we also in close contact with the organizer of the tournament. We are planning to make it a bit commercial, so that the
Yeah.
children get a chance on an upper level. That's
True.
what our opinion was there. So looking forward, see, there has been, as you said, that everyone wants to play. Everyone wants India to play in the World Cup. Everyone wants to play India and to win the World Cup. But then it's a long path towards Indian football's glory. So according to you,
Yeah.
how much time it would take for India to reach its peak level in footballing world?
Uh, I think a minimum of 15 years easily.
Okay.
I'm being very realistic. It has to be a minimum of 15 years. And like just adding up to your point, I know that Chelsea Thane Blues is a very new supporters club as compared
Yes.
to the other supporters club. But I've been following it, and I'm really glad and proud that you guys are doing a good job in terms
Yeah.
of
Thank you so much.
promoting
Thank you.
grassroots and actually having screenings even in Thane. Because what's more important is you making it convenient for people to reach screenings even if it is late in the night. If you are
Yes. Yes.
living in Thane,
Yes.
you can't travel 40
To
kilometers in the
Mumbai,
night to
Navi
just
Mumbai. Yeah,
watch
I
a
can.
screening. Yeah. So you guys are doing a really good job, and I really wish that you guys continue, especially in the grassroots sector. That's very important.
Yeah, thank you, others. So it's not just our personal opinion, but it's a common opinion of our fans also that uh, building the footballing world in India has been our main opinion and main motive, and we continue to look forward for it. So
Yeah,
I would like, I guess it's enough of talking now, and I just want to ask.
yeah,
I'll just take a new section of our session, like that rapid fire round. So in this, I
okay.
will ask you questions, four,
Hmm.
5 questions. You have to just answer it in a word or max to max in a
Yeah,
sentence or so. So
yeah.
we'll just start that. That's the rapid fire round. So the first
No
question for
negative,
you.
no negative scoring, right? No negative
It's just
scoring,
not,
right?
it's not about scoring. It's not also a quiz. It's not just. It's totally based on your
Just kidding,
personal
man.
opinion. Yeah,
Just
yeah, I
kidding. Yeah,
understand it.
yeah.
It's just a personal opinion thing.
Yeah,
Everyone would have a different answer for the same question.
yeah.
So, starting from the first question, if you had the chance to bring one player from the past Chelsea history in the current team, who would it be?
Frank Lampard. He has to be a player manager at any cost. Even today, if I look at his fitness, it's
Yes.
amazing. So yeah,
Also, we
next
we
question.
also saw some
Yeah,
also Chelsea FC on the official handle also puts up his free kicks post, and then we are like, yeah, man, he has still something to do in the playing
yeah.
career. We should call him back, just like Wayne Rooney, just like Wayne Rooney.
True. Some people
So,
are saying Drogba, but I still say Lampard.
yeah, I would also choose Frank Lampard
Yeah.
any day. So the next question would be, it's a bit complicated, but then if you had to choose between the Champions League or the Premier League, I mean, if you had the chance to win one of the two trophies, okay? If you had the chance to win the UCL or the Premier League, what would you choose as Chelsea FC?
Uh, there was some connection problem. Can you repeat the question? I
Okay,
lost
okay.
connection. So
I'm
it was,
sorry, I'm sorry.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, no problem.
one second. Ah. So if you had the choice as a Chelsea FC, if you had a choice
Yeah.
to win the Champions League or the Premier League, what would you choose?
Champions League, definitely. Any day.
Any reason, specific reason why?
Being champions of Europe is much better than being champions of England. So,
Yeah, I can get that point. So the next
yeah.
question would be, what is your favorite goal as a Chelsea FC fan? A significant or any of your
Uh,
favorite goal?
I think the goal that is closest to me was the Frank Lampard penalty against Liverpool in the finals, where like 4 days after he lost his mother.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
in 2006,
Mhm.
and that was so special to me. So I think that has to be my all-time best goal.
It would be, it was an emotional game for him to like
Yeah,
play in such a situation and then just scoring that
hmm.
penalty. It's like a very, very
Yeah,
pressurable thing.
true.
So it's still a rapid fire thing, but then it's a different kind of thing. You have to choose between two. Okay,
Yeah,
so uh, it's about transfers. Okay, if I'll give you two players, you have to choose any one of them. Similar position. Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah. Okay,
Alex Telles or Sandro.
Sandro.
Why Sandro? Because
I have followed him more, so that's a
it's okay.
very obvious answer.
So Coutinho or Sancho?
uh, I think Coutinho, but hoping that we sign a long-term contract and he doesn't run away.
Thibaut Werner or Lautaro Martinez?
Werner.
Werner. Okay. So next question would be starting lineup. Okay, I'll give you two players. You have to choose between them. Who will start?
Okay.
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 So Reece James or Azpilicueta on right back position.
Uh, Azpilicueta.
Okay. Okay. So at a controversial position, left back,
Yeah.
Alonso or Emerson?
Emerson.
Okay.
Alonso is gone. He's gone.
But still the window isn't over, so we cannot just say
Yeah,
that he's
yeah.
gone. Okay.
No, no,
So
in terms that his career is pretty down now, so
yeah,
Emerson is a more favored choice.
but then see as per the rumors that both of their future has
Yeah,
been in the open for transfer, but then
turmoil.
it's not
Yeah,
any
yeah,
nothing as concrete, so it's better we don't
yeah,
talk about it. So at
yeah.
the right, sorry, at the left wing position, Callum Hudson-Odoi or Willian.
Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Okay, great. So we'll just now we'll after this section we'll like to conclude it. So what would you like
Yeah.
to say a few words to our fans of Chelsea Thane Blues?
I think it's important to keep supporting Chelsea. This is something that I've observed, that if you have multiple fan clubs, then there's this feeling of, मेरा fan club ज़्यादा अच्छा है, उसका fan club अच्छा नहीं है, ये वो. It's more important that you support this team that's right here. This is what it takes. This is what matters. And just keep doing the amazing work that you guys are doing, and you have my support. You have the support of every Chelsea fan, be it a Chelsea Thane Blues member or be it a member of any fan club, because it's important to do the kind of work that you guys are doing. So I wish you all the best, and also follow Uche Vichar. That's top.
Thank you. So I would like to thank you especially for coming up, taking off your time. I also heard that you were
Yeah,
busy today, but then thank you very much. Uh,
no
keep
problem.
keep in contact, keep the blue flag flying high.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Hope to
Thank
see
you,
you
Manas. Thank you so
anytime,
much.
Velu.
Thank you, CTB.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bye.
thank you. Bye.